I want to be a grandmaster in chess, but I'm only 955 rated, and that's a little bit away from GM, so I still gotta do a little bit of training. Let's begin our game. I start off with the Sicilian defense, which is just a fancy way of saying pawn to c5. Opponent pushes their pawn attacking my knight, and I respond with knight to e4. The first blunder of the game. Yeah, you're never reaching GM, buddy. If my opponent pushes pawn to d3, then my knight would literally be trapped. It would have no free squares to go to, and this horse is gonna be horde. But luckily, not tonight, because this dumbass didn't see that move. I push my pawn forward, attacking the bishop. He retreats the bishop. I add more pressure. Bishop moves down to check. I block with the knight. He attacks my center knight. I move the knight to attack the bishop. Trade to trade. He attacks my knight again with a pawn, so I just move back to the center. Generally, you want your knight to be in the center because it has control of so many squares of the board. Having your knight in the center puts pressure on all these squares. It can prevent the opponent from moving pieces onto these squares, or maybe I could even set up an attack later on. Anyways, Virumoji Thakor played knight to g5. Is this guy stupid? I have two pieces attacking that knight, and he only has one piece to defend it. One piece? One piece? Is that a One Piece reference? Oh! Sorry, got distracted again. I played knight to e4, controlling the center again. He decides to trade that knight with his knight, so fair by me, I accept the trade. He takes my g-pawn, attacking my rook. In a typical situation, this would be scary for me because my king is vulnerable, but I'm so much more ahead positionally that it doesn't even faze me. I send my queen forward, putting the king in check. He moves the king away, and I push my e-pawn forward. Here is where I saw an opportunity. I could potentially, if I played my cards right, promote my pawn during mid-game. But he moves queen to h5, and I realized I kind of fumbled the opportunity. It's whatever, I didn't really care about it anyways. There's a mate in 1. d1 is mate in 1. What? Queen to d1! Queen to d1! Queen to d1! Queen to d1! Come on, pass Dan. Queen to d1. Queen to... Oh my god. You know you just fumbled a mate in 1, right? Victory!